Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I have LEGO Harry Potter set number 76403, the Ministry of Magic, to review here for you guys on the channel. I'm very excited because this is the very first LEGO Harry Potter Deathly Hallows set that we've received in over 10 whole years. I'm so excited to review the set here for you guys today, and I can't wait to explore the details and unveil all the references from the 7th Harry Potter film. Without further ado, let's get into it. First up, we have a look at the telephone booth, which is quite essentially a telephone booth with a smooth tile on the inside, and of course the telephone, the telephone booth. We also have the door, which thankfully is printed, finally, but all of the telephone signs here are unfortunately stickered, so I guess we had to survive with that. And at the very top, I've decided to go by the box art and include the Dementor, which is, a typical Dementor from the previous Harry Potter sets, and it's really cool to get one in this set as well. In case if you've missed out on getting the Expecto Patronum set, which came out a while ago, or the Hogwarts Express from 2018. Really awesome figure in general, and I absolutely love its inclusion in this set right here. Next up right here, we have the central fountain with the statue, which I think is an awesome inclusion in this set. It is kind of small compared to the entire scale of the Ministry and the actual version of this tower. Typically it'll be super large, but right here we just have a minifigure scale type of tower, which is essentially the size of a normal minifig. And water on the inside represented by this blue tile and all these golden frogs. Cute little build, and it's kind of like a filler piece here. I just wish it was larger and it was more relevant to the actual scale of the model. We also have paper airplane letters that are supposed to make its way throughout the Ministry of Magic, because that's how it was in the movies and the book, of course. They're perched upon these transparent stands, which is cool because, we have to get the flying type of effect of these paper birds or paper airplane letter birds in one way or another, so this kind of works. Of course, we have a look at Umbridge's Patronus, the Sphinx cat, which I am so excited to see in minifig form. I've always wanted to get a cat Patronus, specifically Umbridge's, because I guess it's kind of proof that Umbridge does have emotion beyond just bashing students and making everyone's life miserable. So this is kind of like a sign of her redemption, if you will. I'm just kidding. So with that being said, let's take a look at all of the minifigures in detail, starting off with Arthur Weasley. First up, we have a look at this brand new Arthur Weasley minifigure with an amazing suit outfit right here. It's brand new and it's really awesome to see some references from the Order of the Phoenix. This set kind of cross-references Deathly Hallows Part 1 and of course the Order of the Phoenix, as you guys will see with the Department of Mysteries later on in the video. So that's really awesome to see all these references. Of course, he has an angry face. He's basically going to take Harry to court in this outfit. Really awesome to see in minifig form. Next up, we have Reg Cattermole, or should I say, Ronald Weasley in disguise. I've always wanted to see the trio in their disguises because it's basically a way for us to get some more unique witches and wizards in minifig form from more obscure scenes and whatnot. So that's really awesome to get this Reg Cattermole minifig. Just forget about the Ronald Weasley aspect and you'll be fine. And of course, we're going to have to acknowledge Ronald Weasley's existence because it is what it is. So here we have it, Ronald Weasley. Yay! I really love how the wet shirt effect is portrayed on this minifig. Very cool, and I just love it so incredibly much. Next up, we have Dolores Umbridge, and she looks really awesome in minifig form, featuring a brand new torso with, of course, a cat scarf, typical Umbridge things. And on the back, we just have some printing, of course. She has an alternate headpiece where she looks very angry or shocked and a little bit of dismay. We have the Salazar Slytherin locket, which is incredible to get, printed on this 1x1 tile. Lots of people, including myself, are going to be very excited for this, because we're finally getting the locket on a tile. Really awesome to see in minifig form. Moving on, we have Corbin Yaxley, and honestly, when I saw this minifig on the box art, I knew I would be super pumped and excited. He has a skeleton chain on his torso. The detail was just well done on this minifig. I absolutely love it. We also have a headpiece there, which seems very familiar. I feel like I saw it before, but he seems a little too old compared to the actual version of Corbin, and the eyebrows are gray, which makes no sense to me. Next up, we have Mary Cattermole, and the torso and leg piece flow in so well together. The back just has, typical creases on a shirt. I love the headpiece. The hair is average, but in general, really cool minifig to get, and I feel so happy that we have her in minifig form. Next up, we have the most exciting minifig in the set, Pius Thickniece. I can't explain how excited I am to get Pius in minifig form. Just look at the torso. It's so cool. The leg piece is, just a normal leg piece. There's no printing on it, but whatever. The headpiece there is just incredible. Very unique to Pius. The alternate headpiece is so cool. I love this minifig so much. The hair flows in very nicely. And honestly, the Pius minifig could not be any better in my humble opinion. I love it so much. Next up, we have Albert Runcorn. I mean, look at that. Such an incredible minifig to get. I love the torso and leg piece flow. Very, very nice. And of course, more Ministry of Magic outfits. Incredible to get in minifig form. Just a warning, never change the headpiece because you'll be shocked to see Potter. Potter is trying to haunt us there, but there we go. Potter in disguise, of course, as Albert Runcorn. Next up, we have Mathilda Hopkirk, who's looking incredible in minifig form. I just love how LEGO nailed all of the disguises. Like, they've done a fantastic job with it, in my opinion. The torso is nice. I love the usage of color there, the stripes with the purple and the dark red and the yellow. It couldn't be any better, in my opinion. The headpiece there is awesome. And on the back, we have Miss Granger. I just absolutely love this brand new Hermione headpiece. Just look at that. She looks so cool. She looks so angry and awesome. I love this minifig so much. And I love how they're trying to make Hermione more and more accurate as the years go on. So I can definitely see the improvement there. So hats off to LEGO for that. Now that we have the minifigs out of the way, it is now time to take a look at the actual structure itself. So let's get started. Right here, we have a look at the actual structure itself. As you can see, we have a repetitive type of design split between modules on both sides of the Ministry of Magic building. We have a dark green and bright red color scheme with white windows just to add some contrast throughout the build and little hints of gold. It looks very accurate to the actual Ministry of Magic featured in the movie, so I just don't like how empty it is. Like, the banner is just hanging in thin air and there is no depth to it whatsoever. We're supposed to put the little statue like thing right there, but it just seems so out of proportion and out of scale in my opinion, which is kind of disappointing to see. And again, it's all stackable using modules, so at first, I thought we were going to get like an extension in the future because of the Technic pins. Sadly for us, it's just there to like rearrange the different modules in the Ministry of Magic in different types of ways, which is kind of boring. But I'm just going to share with you guys how they can be rearranged, but I'm not actually going to rearrange them because I just think that the alternate model just looks really weird and awkward, and it kind of takes away from the whole length and visibility of the towers. So let's just see how it can be rearranged though. Top can be removed like so, and it's because at the top of these structures we just have tilage, and it can also snap into pieces just like goldfish. It's weird. It is what it is, and it can actually break into little pieces. So you're basically going to be left with a very tiny Ministry of Magic. So there you go, guys. So there we go. I'm not even Thanos, and I kind of snapped the Ministry of Magic from existence, or rather snapped it into itty bitty pieces that are just awkward and weird. So you can basically just like mix them around and be like, okay, so I'm going to stack this here. And I'm going to stack this here, or I'm going to stack this there, or, you're going to stack it wherever you want. And essentially, it's supposed to be a play set, but it's weird, and I don't like the awkwardness of it. And this entire section is just going to be removable like so. You can just like put it upside down if you're just having a bad day. Just do this, and it'll cheer you up. And yeah. I think that's it for the whole detachability factor. I'm pretty sure you guys get the gist of it. The center features stickers, of course. The banner is, sadly, to my utter dismay, a sticker. And the piece right there is also stickered. So, it is what it is. However, I really love the gold floral type of design there at the very top. It really adds some more color to the build itself, and it couldn't be done any better in my opinion. We also have the detonators at the very top, which is awesome to see, and green smoke, so that's really cool. And at the very bottom there, as you guys can see, we have like a Floo Network fireplace type of playability feature with the green flames, which is excellent to get in the set itself. And right here we basically have this tube type of infrastructure build in the Ministry of Magic, featuring at the very bottom the undesirable #1 Harry Potter, which is honestly very true because he is the most undesirable Lego Harry Potter minifigure and Lego minifigure of all time, so I 100% condone and support this decision. With that being said, let's take a look at the inside and see what it has to offer, because I assure you it is much cooler than the outside. Taking a look at the inside of the Ministry of Magic, as you can see there, we are greeted by an incredible amount of detail on either side of the building itself. And at the very top, we have this little sticker typewriter. So yeah, again, stickered, and this really awkward Ministry of Magic banner, greeted by nothingness. With that being said, let's take a look at each of the rooms. On this side of the Ministry of Magic, we have Arthur Weasley's office, which is so awesome. He has all of these Muggle references featuring the rubber ducky, my favorite part of this set, honestly, and the family portraits right there when they visited Egypt. We have this little table right here, which is quite fancy, and a chair for him to sit in, so that's awesome to see. And of course, we have stickered airplanes, Muggle references, a radio right there, a baby bottle, a clock, and jars all over. And I absolutely love how much detail's packed in here, so that's great to see. One of my favorite offices in the set. Right below it, we have the Department of Mysteries, which I must admit is very tiny and crammed, but I guess it does the trick, kind of. We have all of the prophecies in there, of course. And what you can do is you can actually flip this entire section just to mimic the entire crash of all of the prophecies falling down to the ground. So that's really great to see in minifig form. Below it, we just have the undesirable #1 flyers again, and this place which kind of resembles a void in the Ministry of Magic. I'm just gonna assume it's the place where they printed all these papers. Basically with these, you can essentially launch the undesirable #1 flyers to show like a little explosion. So with that being said, let's move on to the other side of the build. On the other side, we have the interior of the Floo Network fireplace, which I think is very fun to just play with randomly. You can just put your minifig in there. And right here we have gibberish in point form, just to make gibberish more legible, if you will. And of course, a feather pen. Very classy. Last but not least, we have my absolute favorite room in the entire Ministry of Magic, Umbridge's office. Right here we have a very nicely stickered and crooked cat portrait for Stephanie. We also have another one for Cleopatra, and lastly Patricia. So that's cute to see all of Umbridge's cats on display with names that are 100% legit and verified on Harry Potter Wikipedia. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Of course, we have some Ministry of Magic gibberish right there. Very nice to see. A chair so she can sit down while sipping her tea. With that being said, that pretty much wraps up this review right here. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on this set, and if you think it's actually worth $130. But I think the minifigure selection kind of like sells it off to people and makes it far more desirable than otherwise. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.